सब लोग बहुत दुखी हैं जिस तरीके से इजराइल या यूएस ने हमला किया ईरान के ऊपर। ये बहुत ही दुखद है और खामनेई सामने बहादुरी को चुना, शहीद हुए। तो आज निश्चित तौर से हम सब लोग आज बहुत गमजदा हैं, बहुत ही दुखी हैं।
ये मसला नहीं है कि खामेनेई एंटी वीमेन थे या एंटी क्या थे। मसला ये है कि आज खामेनेई इस्लामिक वर्ल्ड के सर्वमान लीडर माने जाते हैं। ये इस्लाम का एक जो अच्छा लीडर था, जो उसमें क्षमता थी, उसके जाने के गम का ये प्रोटेस्ट है।
उनका इंतकाल सिर्फ ईरान की आवाम के लिए नहीं बल्कि पूरी मिल्लत के लिए नुकसानदायक है और दुख की, गम की खबर है।
वो लीडर था, डरा नहीं। खामेनेई साहब से मुकाबला करते हो किसी का, वो डरा नहीं, दबा नहीं।
Viewers, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was a brutal dictator. Let me say that again. Khamenei was a brutal dictator who ruled with an iron fist for over 3 decades. In the streets of Tehran and cities worldwide, where Iranians live in exile, women are dancing, removing their hijabs and celebrating what they call azadi, freedom. More than just spontaneous outbursts, the celebrations are really a release of the pent-up rage, if you will, from years of oppression under Khamenei's regime. Viewers, women in Iran were forced to cover their heads under penalty of beatings or worse. They are now waving flags and chanting slogans of liberation. These celebrations mark the end of suffering endured by women who face the brutal morality police, unleashing terror for the slightest infraction, like a strand of hair showing and you were finished. Viewers, Khamenei was no friend to freedom. His regime crushed dissent with violence, imprisoning activists, executing protesters, and enforcing the strictest theocratic laws that treated women as third-class citizens. Remember 2022 protests sparked by Mahsa Amini's death that happened in custody for improper hijab? That was Khamenei's Iran, where a young woman's life was snuffed out. It led to protests, nationwide uprising, so to say, but even that was met with gunfire and mass arrests. Thousands died or disappeared under Khamenei's watch. And now with his death, the people he oppressed are rejoicing, viewers, seeing a glimmer of hope for a democratic future. But viewers, while Iranian women celebrate their potential liberation, some in our political ecosystem in India are shedding tears for this tyrant. The Congress party leading the charge has condemned his killing, called him a martyr. Yes, that's the word they've used. This hypocrisy, viewers, is staggering. The same ecosystem that brands Prime Minister Modi a dictator at every turn is out there lionizing, lauding, praising Khamenei, a man who was outright anti-India. Let's not forget his statements. In 2019, after the abrogation of Article 317, Kashmir, he urged India to adopt a just policy towards the noble people of Kashmir and prevent the oppression of Muslims. During the 2020 Delhi riots, Khamenei posted about the massacre of Muslims in India, calling on the government to confront extremist Hindus and using hashtags like Indian Muslims in danger. On CAA, his regime criticized it as discriminatory, with the foreign minister then, Javed Zarif, I don't remember the name, but you know, something to this effect, called it a wave of organized violence against Indian Muslims. Viewers, Khamenei was no ally. He was an India baiter, meddling in our internal affairs and fueling divide. That's what he did. But viewers, the Congress and its allies have forgotten all of this. In their zeal to attack Modi, they are mourning a misogynist who persecuted women and undermined India's sovereignty. They have no issue labeling Modi a dictator, but they will elevate Khamenei to a hero status. Now, is it pure anti-Modi hate or something deeper like appeasement politics that prioritizes foreign sympathies over national interest? I leave it to your judgment. But viewers, this lobby wants India to mourn Khamenei, to shed tears for a man whose regime funded terror proxies and oppressed millions. This ecosystem, viewers, does not care about national interest. They want to celebrate a fallen dictator's legacy. The ecosystem's love for Khamenei exposes their mindset. Sample what the Congress has said, called him a martyr.
इजराइल या यूएस ने हमला किया ईरान के ऊपर, ये बहुत ही दुखद है। और खामनेई सामने बहादुरी को चुना, शहीद हुए, तो आज निश्चित तौर से हम सब लोग आज बहुत गमजदा हैं, बहुत ही दुखी हैं। और उसमें हम अपने मौलाना कल्बे जवाद साहब के आज अपना दुख व्यक्त करने आए हैं और इनके साथ निश्चित तौर से हम सब लोग पूरी तरीके से हम लोग खड़े हैं।
Let's open this up. Shehzad Poonawala, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, leader of the Congress Party, Professor Monojit Mondal, IP Singh Ji, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Tausif Shah, senior leader of the PDP, Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst, Karan Verma completes this panel. Ashwini Ji, this brutal dictator is a martyr for the Congress Party. Really?
And you came to know this today when he is essentially killed by Israeli forces, that too even without declaring the war in a targeted strike. Do you realize that he is a dictator when today itself, I believe, because we have been having business relations with Iran. We have been having Chabahar port. We have Chabahar port from there. We have been having diplomatic relations with Iran. Modi ji has spoke about this man in past multiple times. And yet you find him dictator because when Modi ji started dancing on the tunes of Israel and America, you now become more like an unbhakt and realize that he is a dictator now. What kind of diplomacy we are doing here, Pranesh? India's diplomacy has always been one. Sarvo bhavantu sukhina, sarvo santu niramaya. We never sided any nation when there is a situation of a war. Modi ji spoke about the peace. Modi spoke about dialogue through peace through dialogue. But what you are doing, you are condemning the Iran's attack on UAE, that is on the American establishment. But you have not spoken a single word about the death of a country's president.
Okay. What now exactly? The question that you asked me, I'll respond to you. But I want to get in the others. But मैं उसका जवाब दूंगा जो आपने मुझे पूछा कि आज आपको पता चला ये डिक्टेटर है. I have noted it down, sir. I'll just answer your question. Professor Mondal, what do you make of the protests that have broken out, sir? You know, people shedding tears for Khamenei.
You know the history of this man. It was America who created him 40 years ago. And today, look at the reverse. The same America has neutralized him. So I don't understand the politics, why India is getting into it. The fact remains that even if he was a dictator, even if he was a despot, he has got every right to defend his country. Is this the way you invade someone else's territory, sovereignty, and kill him like that, justifying that? It's amazing. Even a despot has got every right to come for justice. He could have captured, you could have done something else. He could have done what you did in Bangladesh. We all know what America did in Bangladesh in the name of regime change. But is this the way? Is this the way of quote unquote bringing democracy in a sovereign country like this? I think we need to have complete condemnation of what America has done. Even if the motive, you could have said that motive was right, but this is simply not the way of dealing with a sovereign country. And number two, India has always had a very, very good relationship with Iran. I mean, we should not get into these politics at all. America, if has taken
we are not getting into
the
it, sir. We continue to have relations, as long as it favors India. National interest first, that's all. You are saying we should not get into it. Ashwini ji बोल रहे हैं we should get into it. आप लोग पहले मन बना लीजिए. Should we get into it or not? Syed Asad Abbas?
Let me first take the opportunity and condemn a war criminal by International Court of Justice. with an arrest warrant against him, Benjamin Netanyahu, and of course, Donald Trump. I believe these are the modern day oppressors. Let me tell you, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is the greatest leader for us Muslims in the world. And also, let me share this with you, Pranesh Sahab. The fact is, Ayatollah Khamenei, or even Ayatollah Khomeini, whose grandfather was from Barabanki, Uttar Pradesh, from the land of Hindustan, from the land of Hind. The fact of the matter is, Donald Trump, Netanyahu, will bomb an elementary all-girls school in Iran by killing 148 female children, but say nothing about it. You really want to save the Iranian women by killing 148 girls in an elementary school? Absolutely shame. I believe Donald Trump and Netanyahu are the two biggest oppressors of the world, absolute tyrants of the world, who deserve nothing but a punishment and a wrath of God.
Trump and Netanyahu are tyrants, and Khamenei is not a tyrant, right?
Absolutely not.
Right.
Saab, due respect to all
that's
my...
okay. I know. I just wanted, I thought, maybe your heart will change if I ask the question second time around. It's okay. Tausif Shah, Mr. Shah, good to have you back. What do you think of the protest that you've seen?
Mr. Pranay, I would like to start with the debate that you started with, while we're not on the panel, right? If there's any evidence of the interference in India's internal affairs, that should be addressed to diplomatic or security channels. India is fully capable of protecting its sovereignty, but allegations of interference cannot become justification for endorsing the targeted killings of foreign leadership through airstrikes. Those are two separate issues. India's strength lies in responding through law and diplomacy, not in cheering destabilizing precedents. Now, let me again tell you, as you have already said, that Indian Muslims are governed by the foreign nationals. Suggesting that, what you started your debate with, suggesting that foreign leaders control Indian citizens undermines our own sovereignty and democracy. If there are security concerns, India has agencies to handle them. That does not change the broader principles about international conduct. We have to condemn. We have been condemning. We have been standing with Iran since our so many prime ministers who have passed away, who have been on the chair. They have condemned. One main thing that I would like to tell you, that why this is a selective kind of a thing, that when the president of Iran dies in an air crash in 2024, we declare state mourning. Now the same Iran supreme leader has been killed. Why are we silent? We need an answer to this. If the same sovereign country's president dies in an air crash and we declare state mourning in India, why today when supreme leader dies we are altogether tight-lipped, we are not speaking anything about it?
I want to Tausif Shah now. You've spoken, sir. I didn't interrupt you, but you haven't answered my question. What do you think of this man?
Look, Ayatollah Khamenei, he was a supreme leader for the Muslims, especially for the Shia community. Regarding the women's right, what you are telling, women's right, as one of my friends, the panelists, just right away said that if United States and Israel is so much concerned about the women's rights, then they should not have...
I'm asking your views about this man. Why are you, going back to Israel and United States? How difficult, Tausif Shah, is it to get yourself to call out this man, that he was anti-women? You're plain and simple. IP Singh ji बोलेंगे जो आप लोगों ने अभी तक नहीं सुना है. IP Singh जी, आप क्या सोचते हैं सर इस व्यक्ति के बारे में?
देखिए, भारत 1961 से नॉन अलाइंड देश रहा है और उसका बड़ा इतिहास है भारत का. पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने जब देश की परिस्थितियां एक तरफ अमेरिका और रूस इमर्ज हो रहा था, वहां से हम चले, आज हम कहां खड़े हैं. हो सकता है कि खामनेई को लेकर ईरान में लोग कहें तानाशाह है और वहां के लोग खुशी भी जता रहे हैं, लेकिन कल को जो एक व्यवसाय करने अमेरिका निकला है, डोनाल्ड ट्रंप निकले हैं, कल भारत में प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के भी खिलाफ लोग कहते हैं कि तानाशाह है. हम भी कहते हैं, हम तो ट्वीट करते हैं. कल को नाराज हो जाए अमेरिका किसी मुद्दे को लेकर और इसी तरह से लोगों को लेके भारत को घेर दे।
आपने जो ये देखिए आईपी सिंह जी, आपने 61 से शुरू किया, मुझे लगा कि आप चलिए अब जो सीनियर हैं तो आप हिस्ट्री बताएंगे, लेकिन आप फिर फंस गए। फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ पॉलिटिकल साइंस अब सीखिए, कोई बात नहीं। खामेनेई और मोदी में क्या डिफरेंस है? खामेनेई ने कितने चुनाव लड़े हैं? आप गए होंगे प्रचार करने। उनका नहीं, सवाल यही है, उनका चुनाव सिंबल क्या था, चुनाव चिन्ह क्या था? कितने लोगों ने वोट दिया था उनके लिए? 30 साल तक कौन सा चुनाव बन के वो सुप्रीम लीडर बने हुए हैं?
तो भारत के ऊपर आरोप लगा के और जो यहाँ की डेमोक्रेसी उसके एसेसिनेशन के लिए
तो अगर कोई आरोप लगाएगा आईपी सिंह तो विपक्ष खड़ा होगा ना, जैसे विपक्ष इजराइल में खड़ा है। द ऑपोजिशन इन इजराइल इज स्पीकिंग इन वन वॉइस. You should learn. Okay, let's now get to the BJP spokesperson, Shehzad Poonawala. What have you done with India's foreign policy? Everyone on the panel is upset.
Ironically, apart from being the BJP spokesperson, even when there are Muslims on the panel, I'm the only Shia here. So, Mr. Khamenei is not my leader. My leader is, by the way, you may be then, but my leader is not Khamenei. My leader is very much alive. Our 50th Imam, His Highness Rahim Al-Husseini is my leader. So please don't impose your leadership onto me. The Shias are not one homogeneous community that you may present. Point number one. Point number two, those who are talking about selective approach, PDP wale jo sahab hai, selective approach is when you are crying and taking a bag for Gaza children, but you have completely ignored the children in Afghanistan who have been bombed by Pakistan. You have completely ignored the children in Yemen who have been bombed by another Muslim country. You have completely ignored the children in Xinjiang province who have been oppressed by the Chinese. That is called a selective approach. Thirdly, Mr. Ashwini says that आज पता चला है कि ये dictator है. He was our very good friend. 1961 से दोस्ती थी राहुल जी, प्रणेश जी ये बता रहे हैं. तो 2005, 6 और 9 में इंडिया ने ईरान के खिलाफ क्यों वोट किया IAEA में और अमेरिका के साथ क्यों साइड लिया? अगर ये इतने बड़े पूरी दुनिया के ही मसीहा की तरह प्रस्तुत किया जा रहा है, OIC में 55 देश है. Has every nation of OIC condemned his death? But India should go ahead and condemn. Has more than 5 countries or 4 or 5 countries, Pakistan, China, Russia, etc. उनके अलावा किसने क्या बोला है? And it's not that India has not taken a stand. Now let me come to what India's stand is. India is most articulate on its stand. India has 5 points. 1, safety of Indians at all costs. 2, we have said that we do not want any kind of hostilities. 3, we have said that territorial integrity, sovereignty should be protected for everybody. 4, we have said that we should not want any kind of civilian casualties. That includes everybody, whether it's in people in UAE, whether it's people in Saudi, whether it's people in Kuwait, whether it's people in Iran. And we have said very clearly that our policy is that ye yudh ka nahi, ye buddh ka zamana hai. We are on the side of peace. But finally I want to ask, because somebody said ki Mr. Khamenei, he is my leader. I think it was Syed Abbas. Syed Abbas, hearts of Muslims all over the world are grieving over the massacre of Muslims in India. 5:25 p.m. 5th of March 2020, Khamenei official account. Dear Hajj pilgrims, don't forget to pray for Islamic Ummah, oppressed people in Iraq, Palestine, Afghanistan, Yemen, Bahrain, Pakistan, Myanmar and Kashmir. Okay. Mr. Khamenei, 2018 tweet. The enemies of Islam have always tried to make us indifferent with regard to our shared identity as an Islamic Ummah. India or any other place, including Gaza. Now, Mr. Syed Abbas, I want to understand from you. You consider a man who spews venom against India to be your leader? Yes or no?
Can I answer that, Pranesh?
Please.
Yeah. Thank you, Pranesh. Firstly, let us also understand that this is not about Shia or Sunni here. If the land stands, most importantly, we are somebody who belongs to oneness of the religion of the world, which is humanity. If people are dying wheresoever, whatsoever it is absolutely wrong. Please do not interrupt, my dear friend, please. The larger point I'd like to make here, Pranesh, if Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was indeed against India, why did my beautiful country and my most amazing Prime Minister even hold any trade relation with Islam? With Iran, why did India have
Mishra
any
also asked that question? Now that you're saying the same thing, I'll answer both of you. Taran, then I'm coming to you.
May I just answer one question of them? He said that this is oneness of humanity. It's not even about Shia and Sunni. Mr. Syed Abbas, Iran bombed UAE where civilians died. Did your leaders condemn that? Iran bombed Saudi, Iran bombed Kuwait where innocent people. Please don't need to get so angry and aggressive. You cry for the children in Gaza. Please show me one tweet of Priyanka Vadra on the children of Afghanistan bombed to smithereens by Pakistan. One tweet. Humanity and about oneness. And by the way, Syed Abbas, if you're looking for what is...
You may not be aware. Why are you holding against...
No, she has... I'm told that for every one nation or Islamic nation, she has one bag. Oh, she has 55 bags, but not one to wear.
Let's play out what Netanyahu has said.
This is the third day of the Operation Roaring Lion, the operation the Israeli army and the state of Israel set out to, with our great friends, the United States of America and President Trump, to thwart existential threats to Israel and great threats to America and the entire world. When I stand here in a place that was bombarded by the terrorists in Tehran against innocent civilians, you see the difference. The tyrants of Tehran target civilians. We target the tyrants of Tehran to protect civilians. I've said for many years that they threaten not only Israel and not only America. They chant death to Israel, death to America. That's their ultimate target. But I said that they would also target those in between, that they would target Europe. They did. And if this regime, this terrorist regime of the kind we've never seen in the world, if they get nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them, ballistic missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, they will threaten all of humanity. So we set out to protect ourselves, but in so doing, we protect many others. And I want to say special thanks to our great friend and a great leader of the world, Donald Trump, for joining us in this crucial effort to save the world. Thank you.
Each day, sir, this war is...
Thank you. Now, here's my response to Ashwini Mishra and Syed Asad Abbas. Now, Mishra ji, how many dictators have we seen in Pakistan, sir, who've ruled the country? आप बताइए.
सर आप लिस्ट दे दीजिए कौन कौन सा कंट्री डिक्टेटर है.
नहीं, देखिए अश्विनी जी, अगर आराम से आप तमीज से बात करते हैं, ये अगर आप मेरे ऊपर, आप जब बोल रहे थे तो मैंने सुन लिया अब आपको, अब मैं आपके सवाल का जवाब दे रहा हूं. सर प्लीज bear with me. There have been many dictators who've ruled Pakistan. Pervez Musharraf was one, became the president. We were dealing with him, right? And then many in the ecosystem were saying, let's have talks with Pakistan. Musharraf is just one person. I'm talking about the larger idea, the principle.
No, Ziaul Haq said that India threw 1,000 cards, and Rajiv Gandhi met him. Rajiv Gandhi met Ziaul Haq.
Karan.
No, Pranesh, first of all, pointed answer to what he said, that have we ever met an aggressor? Now there are umpteen examples. Let's start. Let's go back. Inki Congress ki history ki baat karte hain. 1950 to 53. At that time we had the Korean War, China-Korean War. Jawaharlal Nehru was busy engaging with the People's Republic of China at that time. They were the aggressor at that time. Mind you, Ashwini ji. 1965, Lyndon Johnson, he was busy bombing the hell out of Vietnam. Who met him? Indira Gandhi went to meet him. Ziaul Haq, as Shahzad rightly said, who was engaging with him? Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, even when Ziaul Haq was bombing Afghanistan in 1967. So, we've always engaged, because the fact of the matter is it should always be India first. And for our friend Syed Abbas to say that it's humanity first, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, they've been bombing the hell out of all these countries, microwaving babies, backed by Iran in broad daylight, and he has the guts and temerity to preach humanity after that. So if anything, Iran's this Ayatollah Khamenei and humanity never went hand in hand. I'm not even interested in that, Pranesh. The real question here is, why are our people staying in India? Why are they crying? Why are they ready to go and travel to Iran? Did you see those videos? Some of them said, हमें मोदी जी ने रोका है, हमें जाना ईरान, उनको भेज दो ईरान. मैं शहजाद जी से कहूंगा, प्लीज उनका वीजा लगा के उनको भेज दीजिए ईरान. उनको इतना अगर लड़ने का शौक है, अगर यहां पे रहने के बाद भी they still believe in this उम्मा concept, throw them out, let them go and fight. इनको मत रोकिए आप लोग प्लीज. That is the real thing, Pranesh. This shows whenever people say, "Arey nahi, hamare liye संविधान पहले से." Samvidhan is just a fig leaf. Fact of the matter is their heart beats for Ummah. They don't care about India. They don't care about us. That is all they are bothered about. That is the reality. We saw that when Nasrallah died, they took to the streets. Samajwadi people took to the streets in Lucknow. That is the point.
अश्विनी जी, आपके जो उत्तर प्रदेश के बड़े नेता हैं, what is his name? Ajay Rai. Ajay Rai thinks Khamenei was a martyr. उनको तो जाना ही चाहिए. आप आईपी सिंह को भी पूछ लीजिए अगर वो भी जाना चाहते हैं तो एक ऑल पार्टी डेलीगेशन इंडिया अलायंस जा सकता है वहां.
प्रणेश, 2-3 सवाल एंड फिर आपके सवाल का जवाब. पहला सवाल कि 1 महीने पहले तक हम सुन रहे थे कि इंडिया, चाइना, रशिया ट्रायो है. अमेरिका डर गया, अमेरिका डर गया, अमेरिका हमारा दोस्त कभी नहीं था, अमेरिका से हम दोस्ती कभी नहीं करेंगे, ट्रंप पागल है, कुछ भी बोलता है, हम उस पर विश्वास कैसे कर रहे हैं. अचानक से एप्स्टीन फाइल आती हैं, कुछ ऐसे मैसेज निकलते हैं, मोदी जी वहां जाते हैं. ऐसा लगता है कि अगर आप क्रोनोलॉजिस्ट देखें तो समझ में आता है कि मोदी जी को बुलाया गया कि आइए आप, और हम अभी अटैक करने जा रहे हैं और आप चुपचाप हमें सपोर्ट करेंगे, नहीं तो हम आपकी एप्स्टीन फाइल की सारी लीक कर देंगे. उसमें क्या है फुटेज मुझे पता नहीं, वीडियोज हैं, क्या है भगवान जाने, पर कुछ तो उसमें ऐसा है. क्योंकि करण वर्मा जब भी बोल रहे थे इंडिया फर्स्ट, क्या इंडिया फर्स्ट का मतलब यह है कि इंडिया के इंटरेस्ट जो है इजराइल और अमेरिका डिसाइड करेगा, या आप पहले बता दीजिए हमको कौन कौन से इंडिया के लिए, मतलब इंडिया, चाइना, रशिया ट्राई था 1 महीने पहले तक, ट्रंप मास्टर स्ट्रोक था, ट्रंप ने 50% लगा दिए, अभी ट्रंप और इजराइल इंडिया का फ्रेंड है.
ये देखिए तस्वीरें चल रही हैं कोयम्बटूर से, ये लाइव, दीज आर पिक्चर्स फ्रॉम कोयम्बटूर, पीपल विद Khamenei's फोटो प्रोटेस्टिंग. करण,
अश्विनी जी से पूछना है मुझे, इजराइल का सबसे बड़ा वेपन्स का बायर कौन है? इनको पता है बात? इनको नहीं पता होगा. इट इज इंडिया. इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा एक्सपोर्ट पार्टनर कौन है? इट इज यूएस. ईरान से हमारा क्या चल रहा है इस समय? स्टिल वी केप्ट द डोर ओपन, वी हैड रिलेशंस विद ईरान, बट हमारे रिलेशन स्ट्रेटेजिक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से किसके साथ है? एंड वी हैव टू बी प्रैक्टिकल हियर प्रनेश. हम जाके वहां वॉर नहीं रुकवाने वाले. इफ इट इज इनएविटेबल वी हैव टू स्पीक, वी हैव टू सीक आवर इंटरेस्ट, एंड दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट वी आर डूइंग हियर.
This impression that we are picking sides, the only side we've picked is the side of India, Indian interests and peace. The only leader in the world who can speak to the Iranian foreign minister and to the Israeli prime minister is Narendra Modi. The only prime minister who can speak to Putin and Zelensky is Narendra Modi. The only person who can speak to UAE, Saudi and to Iran is Narendra Modi. There is no third person. Even Donald Trump cannot speak to the other side. For instance, he cannot speak to Putin, or Mr. Xi Jinping cannot speak to the American side or to Israel. It is only Narendra Modi who is in that situation. And by the way, I don't know, but Ashwini, maybe you can tell me which part of the Edwina files was responsible for Nehru giving off Kashmir in plebiscite? Which part of the Edwina files was responsible for the United Nations Security Council seat to be put up to China? Which part of the Edwina files was there when in 1962 we told Americans to fly their planes and to send their pilots while we were having an attack from China? Just 10 seconds more. Which part of the Mathai files was there that Indira Gandhi said that we will not take our 53 soldiers back even though we had 93,000 prisoners of war? Which files were there which Rajiv Gandhi had, or against Rajiv Gandhi, because of which hundreds of square kilometers of Indian territory was handed over to Pakistan? No, one last. No, let me. Which files were there? Because, no, let me complete. Which files were there in 2005? We were happy to give away Siachen, or we did not do our nuclear tests in the 1990s under foreign pressure, or in 2008 after 26/11 we did not take action. ये कौन सी फाइल थी? Tell me which files were there. Sonia files, Edwina files, or some Mathai files? Please tell me.
Israel and Palestine. He has shown India's interest to Israel and America. He will not speak on Palestine. He will not speak on Iran. Both are the free nations. Vajpayee was supporting the Palestine. ये मोदी जी की कौन सी नज़र रखी है?
सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं.
ये मोदी जी की कौन सी नज़र रखी है?
अश्विनी जी बोल तो दिया उन्होंने, two state
solution. Let me bust this.
No, one. Let him answer. No, उनको जवाब दे.
Why is it that the BJP, who has to take allegations of 5 political opponents, doesn't get enough time even from that?
You asked him 10 questions. अरे उनको बोलने तो दीजिए.
Let me counter this, Pranesh. It's not counter के लिए. Pranesh, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1 plus an analyst. It's not fair. Please give me 10 seconds. Please tell me who is the only leader in the world to get the highest civilian honor from both Israel and Palestine? Who is the leader of the world whose last 3 votes in the United Nations has been for cessation of hostilities in Gaza, for peace to prevail in the region, and for 2-state solution? Please tell me.
आप मुझे ये बता दीजिए
अब चेंज हो गया
अवार्ड्स का, इन सारे अवार्ड्स को मैं अपने घर में क्या करूं, सजा के रखूं? जब हमारा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होता है कौन हमारे साथ खड़ा होता है? आप बताइए ना। आप जाकर उनका हाईएस्ट सिविलियन अवार्ड लेते हैं और उसके बाद में वही देश जाके पाकिस्तान से समझौता कर लेता है कि अटैक ऑन पाकिस्तान विल बी अटैक ऑन यूएई।
अश्विनी जी, आपको क्या हो गया सर? क्या बोल रहे हैं आप? अगर आप इसकी रिकॉर्डिंग सुनेंगे तो आप यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड।
पहले इनको सऊदी और यूएई का अंतर नहीं पता।
अश्विनी जी, आई एम सॉरी, लिसन,
अश्विनी जी ने एग्रीमेंट किया, इज सेइंग यूएई इंस्टेड ऑफ सऊदी। ये तो इनका लेवल ऑफ नॉलेज है।
कोई बात नहीं। अश्विनी जी, नाउ दैट यू नो सम ऑफ योर लीडर्स हैव डिक्लेयर्ड Khamenei as a martyr, is the Congress sending a delegation?
He is fighting for his country. Anyone who is fighting for his country is a martyr. Fighting for land, that's the definition of a martyr.
Okay.
Also that
एक मिनट, okay, 8 minutes, sir. हाफिज सईद क्या है, मार्टर है?
नहीं, he's not fighting for his land. He's trying to get into the Indian lands. That's why he's terrorist.
हाफिज सईद is a terrorist.
Yes.
अफजल गुरु,
बुरहान वानी, अब्दुल गुरु सब आतंकी थे।
तौसीफ शाह, बुरहान वानी आतंकी थे?
उनकी उंगली उठ गई उसी समय।
No, Burhan Wadi was not a terrorist. We don't call him a terrorist.
Son of the soil थे वो।
Yes, we call him son of the soil.
ये देखिए अश्विनी जी, देख रहे हैं आप? अश्विनी जी, आप उनसे कुछ पूछिए। मैं पूछूंगा तो नाराज हो जाते हैं। आप उनको बताइए कि बुरहान वानी टेररिस्ट कैसे थे।
मुझे शहजाद से पूछना है। जब
पहले तौसीफ शाह से,
तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी।
अश्विनी जी 1 मिनट, काम डाउन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल। अश्विनी जी, काम डाउन। आपके मित्र हैं तौसीफ शाह, उनको बताइए कि बुरहान वानी टेररिस्ट कैसे थे। पहले आप बस ये बता दीजिए उनको, देन वी विल गेट ऑन विद इट।
शहजाद के भी मित्र हैं। शहजाद बताएं कि जब बुरहान वानी मारा गया था तो पीडीपी के साथ इनका गठबंधन उसके 2 साल तक कंटिन्यू रहा। Look at the hypocrisy of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Professor Monojit Mondal, if we have this kind of mindset still prevailing where people say Burhan Wani was son of the soil, can we progress?
Well, I want to understand, you're talking about the BJP's foreign policy and the humongous failures in the last few years. Bangladesh, I think, is a classic example of that. The glaring example of that. You're talking about India first, Hindu first. What are you doing with the Bangladeshi Hindus? They're still suffering. And instead, Mr. Sajad Poonawala's foreign minister, goes and meets Jamaat leaders out there before they...
1 minute, sir. You are suddenly concerned about Hindus in Bangladesh. Are you for CA?
How many citizenship
Professor Mondal, are you for CA in principle? Do you support CA? Professor Mondal, do you support CAA?
How many citizenship you have?
Do you support CA, Professor Mondal? That's a different matter. How many people come? I'm talking about the law. Do you back the law? You will not. You will call it anti-Muslim. Shehzad?
This idea that foreign policy of India has failed, I just want viewers to take a look at 2 pictures. The safest cities in the world, Dubai, Sharjah, cities in Saudi Arabia, today are facing either missile or drone attacks. They are under fire. And today in Delhi, while the world is seeing catastrophe in a way, we have had Canadian Prime Minister with whom we are doing deal on trade and all kinds of things. The second point is that the most advanced air defense systems have failed to stop drones and missiles, whereas not a single Pakistani ballistic missile aimed at Golden Temple, aimed at Adampur base could make it, but we hammered the daylights of Pakistan, but we are a failure. But now 10, 30, 20 seconds more. They said G7 ka invite nahi aaya Canada mein. Yaad hai na, Congress said it. Today that man not only invited us but has come to India and has given us that he wants to do trade deal with India. They said G20 is a waste of our time. We are the leader of the global south today after G20. They said Maldives के साथ रिश्ते बिगाड़ दिए. Maldives जब प्रधानमंत्री गए तो पूरा cabinet including Muizu was receiving Prime Minister. They said Sri Lanka was a failure. The president of Sri Lanka, Mr. Dissanayake, not only came to the AI summit, the first person he called after taking over was an Indian delegation or an Indian representative in form of Jaishankar ji. They said that we are completely messed up our foreign policy. You know what they said? Vote for Ukraine. Okay. And then Manmohan Singh said that yes, I'm wrong on Ukraine policy.
Professor Mondal, quickly, sir.
No, he didn't answer my question. He was talking about the Islamic fundamentalist in Iran. Why did you meet the Jamaat leaders in Bangladesh before the election?
Not Jamaat leaders. Who Jamaat leaders we have met? 1 second. BNP is Jamaat. Do you even have knowledge? You live in West Bengal. You don't even know what is Jamaat and what is BNP.
I think he is trying to...
Show me the picture. You have made the Jamaat leaders in Bangladesh. Why? I'm not talking about the BNPs.
Okay.
Please check.
Okay,
and
Mr.
they came to India and made them.
Mandal, let me ask you this.
Are they fundamentalists or not?
Mr. Mandal,
Professor Mandal, by that logic, you will object to India, doing business with the Taliban. Taliban is now ruling a country, sir. I just gave you the example. What should we do? No. What should we do away with those countries from the map? Professor Mandal, let's be reasonable in our assessment. I understand, the compunctions to go one up over your political opponent, but let's at least put India first. Taran, quickly.
Pranesh, how the Congress has goofed up in the last 4 years and everything hasn't aged well for them. I'll give you 3-4 examples. In 2022, they were all set against Russia, saying we should not buy oil from them. We should declare them as the aggressor at the United Nations. What did India do? We bought oil from Russia. In fact, a year later, in September 2023, Rahul Gandhi agreed that yes, it was the right decision to buy oil from Russia. They all said, and Ashwini ji just reiterated this, that this pact between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia, it's not UAE, Ashwini, it is Saudi Arabia, they will now attack any country that attacks either of them. What happened today? Saudi Arabia was attacked yesterday. Is Pakistan sending its troops to fight against Iran right now? Are they doing that? Pakistan today, the Noor Khan airbase has been bombed by Afghanistan. Is Saudi Arabia going to come and fight for Pakistan? So that was a stupid logic. Again, a lie perpetrated by the Congress ecosystem that, oh, this pact is going to be doomsday for India. None of that really happened. So we need to understand, when Taliban came over in 2021, they said, oh, it's doomsday for India. We never negotiated with Taliban. Today, what's happening now? Taliban is a sworn enemy of the Pakistan, if anything, and Taliban and India have a good relationship. So you need to have an open mind for a foreign policy. Yours has been a disastrous track record, and the last 4 years, every single thing that you've said has turned out to be false, Ashwini ji. Samne hai sab kuch.
Ashwini ji boli.
Whole world has seen your diplomatic failures, your foreign policies. When we were fighting Pakistan, nobody stand with us. When Trump imposed 50% tariff, you were all debating master stroke. Now Modi ji is dancing on the tunes of Trump and Israel. You are again calling it master stroke. I'm telling you, Modi ji की कोई नब्ज पकड़ी हुई है, जो नब्ज मोदी जी की दबाते हैं. मोदी जी भागे भागे इजराइल चले जाते हैं, भागे भागे अमेरिका चले जाते हैं, and you have compromised our nation's interest because our nation's foreign policies are decided in Israel.
जितने बार ये बोलेंगे, आपसे सवाल ये पूछा जाएगा कि बांग्लादेश वॉर के बाद कौन सा नब्ज था जो पाकिस्तान ने पकड़ लिया था कि हमने सारे सरेंडर्ड जो उनके सोल्जर्स थे उनको वापस कर दिया. वो नब्ज था, कुछ और था, क्या पकड़ लिया था सर?
बांग्लादेश वॉर के बाद अपने पाकिस्तान के 2 टुकड़े किए थे. बांग्लादेश और
वो तो ठीक है. You could have leveraged you could have leveraged that situation. What did you do?
Yes, जो आप बार बार बात करते हो 50-60 सोल्जर्स की, उस सोल्जर्स के लिए
Sam Manekshaw is on record saying Ziaul Haq made a monkey out of Indira Gandhi.
50-60 soldiers.
Exact words.
वो 50-60 सोल्जर बोल रहे हैं. 50-60 सोल्जर्स ने सरेंडर किया था सर.
Pranesh, what is your question? You are telling that we released 93,000 soldiers and did not take our soldiers back. There was no record. You cannot ask any nation for soldiers which is not on the record.
Oh, okay. So now those 53 soldiers never existed. Okay. But let me show you another thing that क्या पकड़ के रखा था ये बताना. I have written and explained in my letter to Prime Minister Bhutto the peaceful nature and economic purposes of this experiment. I have stated that India is willing to share her nuclear technology with Pakistan in the same way as it is willing to share it with other countries. Indira Gandhi in 1974. क्या पकड़ के रखा था कांग्रेस का?
Shahjad, in the same way as it is ready to share with other nations. What it means is the public information which we are sharing.
And other nations on the same footing.
Information is common public information which we are talking about sharing. And that was the passing a statement.
Calm down. पाकिस्तान के 2 टुकड़े किए, दूसरे नेशंस के तो नहीं किए थे ना. That means Pakistan was our sworn enemy ना. तो पाकिस्तान को न्यूक्लियर टेक्नोलॉजी.
We are not talking about nuclear technology which is secret. We are not talking about nuclear technology, nuclear things जो हमने पब्लिक नहीं कर रखी है.
लिखा हुआ है सर.
We are ready to
अश्विनी जी लिखा हुआ है. अश्विनी जी क्या कर रहे हैं सर? I am now concerned about no sir. आप ऐसे मत कीजिए अपने इमेज का.
पार्लियामेंट रिकॉर्ड में है ये लो.
देखिए ये आप जितना तेज बोलेंगे गलती होती जाएगी.
चलिए मैं एक और प्रमाण देता हूं. न्यूक्लियर का एक और प्रमाण देता हूं. तौसीफ शाह एंड सैयद असद अब्बास have been waiting for their turn. IP सिंह जी को भी बोलना है. तौसीफ शाह,
Yeah, what is this mindset, sir, son of the soil? Man picks up the gun, sheds blood, and you call him son of the soil?
Yeah, Mr. Pranesh, you will have to go through my book. My book is coming up on the situation of the Kashmir since 1990 to present time. So there's a detailed chapter on that. So you have to see what exactly turned him to become a terrorist. Yes, at the end he was a terrorist. Yes, we accepted at the end he was a terrorist.
No. So okay, in your book, you've listed the reasons that forces want to become a terrorist. इस पे किताब लिखी है आपने?
The terrorism was carved out of him.
Carved out of him. He was forced to become a terrorist, right?
Yeah, he was forced to become a terrorist.
Forced to become a terrorist.
You can go through the book. You can go
Okay,
through
sir.
the book.
So I will go through, sir. If you say anything more about the contents, ban हो जाएगी किताब आपकी. ऐसे मत बोलिए कि उसमें ये आप टेररिज्म को ग्लोरीफाई और लेजिटिमाइज कर रहे हैं.
नहीं, पर आप बात देखिए प्रणेश, इन्होंने शुरू में उसको टेररिस्ट नहीं कहा. His heart still beats for him. He never called him a terrorist. Now he is saying making of a terrorist. मतलब वो बन गया तब भी ये मानते नहीं है तौसीफ शाह उसको.
But at least to sell the book, he's selling his conscience. कोई बात नहीं. तौसीफ शाह मुझे ये बात एक बात बताइए सर. नहीं मुझे एक बात. Even if someone is forced to pick up the gun, do you call him a terrorist?
Yes. Once he picks up the gun, he kills, he is a terrorist.
So one
second. Now I'll corner it. ये जो एक second, तौसीफ जी, Mr. Yasin Malik has been convicted by the courts as terrorist. Why Miss Mehbooba Mufti says he's not terrorist?
Because जो जितने भी terrorism के act उन्होंने पहले 2-3 सालों में किए जब वो terrorist थे, he was jailed, उसकी सजा उन्हें मिली, then he was pardoned by the government. He was
been
not
convicted again. One second. Tausif, don't misrepresent. He has been convicted again, and there's another case going on him. 1 second, sir. Please listen, sir. And if you have written a book now, ke Burhan Wani, how he became a terrorist, there are cause and effect. How come no Kashmiri Pandit ever became a terrorist? How come no Kashmiri Hindu, despite the atrocities, never became a terrorist?
It also covers Kashmiri Pandits.
Force नहीं कर पाए ना. You could not force the Kashmiri Hindus to pick up the gun. Tausif Shah, sir, see, there is so much interest in the book. आप मुझे ये बताइए, sir.
No, there will be online interest from IS also. Islamic State will also demand his book.
ठीक है, वो दे देंगे. Everybody is welcome to read the book. Karan, will you buy this book?
No. First of all, Pranesh, this terror
I
apology.
want you to ask him about the pardon bit. I'm not sure whether Yasin Malik has been pardoned.
No, he was never pardoned.
He is convicted.
He is now convicted.
Yeah.
And that man had the gall to say on camera and smirk that yes, I killed 4 Indian Air Force personnel. And for him to give cover fire and his party to give cover fire, I think that's a shameful thing.
Yes, humanity hai, Sayyid Asad Abbas, all of this is humanity.
Thank you, Pranesh, for coming to me. I've been waiting patiently. Shahzad Poonawalla of BJP, Karan Verma of almost the BJP have so much of duplicity and hypocrisy in them. The hypocrisy is they ask, who is the Prime Minister who met Ziaul Haq? Today I ask the two of you, who is the Prime Minister who went uninvited and met Nawaz Sharif? यहाँ पे दही जम जाती है क्या मुंह पे?
It's okay to meet them. That's what I'm saying.
Let me finish. Pranesh, this is not fair.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Let me speak, man. Let me speak. Have some patience. You've spoken enough. Now hear me. The fact is, Pranesh, their hypocrisy can be seen when they speak of UAE. Very good. I condemn the attack on UAE, Kuwait, and elsewhere. But what about the genocide that took place in Gaza, in Palestine? वहाँ पे चुप्पी हो जाती है क्या? टंग तय हो जाता है क्या आपका? शर्म नहीं आती इतनी hypocrisy? Hundreds of hospitals were bombed that time. गप चुप. Hundreds of schools and colleges were destroyed in Gaza. वहां पे गप चुप. अरे तुम नारी शक्ति के बोलने वालों, condemn, I dare you, Shahzad Poonawalla, to condemn the attack on the elementary school by Donald Trump. 148 girls killed.
Can I come in?
Shame on you.
Go ahead.
And shame on your duplicity and hypocrisy.
Thank you. While Asad Abbas comes as a political analyst, he's almost from the jihadi ecosystem. So anyways, having said that, Mr. Asad Abbas, do you know the last vote that took place in on Palestine issue? Sir, please, if you can keep your loudspeaker shut and open your ear ka parda. For once, open one parda. I know you like parda, but kaan ka parda khol ke suno. Can you please tell me the result in which the United Nations took a vote on Palestine and hostilities in Palestine, and what was India's stand in that vote? Do you know when it took place? Do you know which month it took place in, and what India's stand is? The problem is there is more outgoing and very little incoming, including in your cranium. And therefore, you don't have the understanding that India took a categorical position that there should be no hostilities on any innocent people in that entire region, including Gaza. But having said that, one second. But having said that, Mr. Abbas, who is almost in the jihadi ecosystem, how come not one tweet by your leader Priyanka Vadra on Afghanistani children being killed by Pakistan?
What do you mean jihad ecosystem? How dare you say that?
Why? Jihad is a good word. No, is it a bad word?
Are you an anchor?
No.
Are you an anchor, Pranesh?
So the anchor will
call you
a jihadi.
Man to say jihad ecosystem.
Okay.
I shame you and I condemn your statement.
Ecosystem.
And I think you need to. I apologize for this statement.
1 minute.
Shahzad,
1 minute. Syed Asad Abbas, 1 minute. 1 minute. Syed Asad Abbas. Which word triggered you? The ecosystem or jihad?
What does he mean jihad ecosystem?
I'll tell you. Vote jihad. 8 minutes, sir. 8 minutes. Vote jihad का call कहाँ लगा था?
IP Singh बताइए.
From the BJP, you'll allow.
Who said? What was the name of that person who said? Mona Alam.
Farooqabad.
Maria Alam.
हाँ.
Mona Alam to Pakistan.
Sorry.
Maria Alam. Syed Asad Abbas. Did you ask her to condemn? Did you condemn what she said? IP Singh जी, जो लोग Khamenei को अपना हीरो मानते हैं,
नहीं जिहाद का मतलब क्या पूछ लीजिए ना एक बार जरा.
So let's not go there. IP Singh ji,
he can label people as A, B, C, but
I want to know what is the meaning.
Okay. Syed Asad Abbas.
Why are you so offended by
has
jihad?
Called me a person from the jihadi ecosystem.
Yes,
I shame you, Shahzad, today. I think you should apologize on the show. This is absolutely shameful. You need to apologize for what you said. How dare you call me that? How dare you call me that? How dare you say that?
Okay, now gentlemen, ho gaya. Okay, gentlemen, calm down. Let's not get personal, please. IP Singh जी, ये जो एक इकोसिस्टम है सर, आप तस्वीरें देखी होंगी आपने, श्रीनगर से अभी हम चला रहे थे, कोयम्बटूर से वो तस्वीरें आ रही थी, लोग हाथ में उनका वो Khamenei का फोटो लेके प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए लोग रो रहे हैं, आंसू बहा रहे हैं.
देखिए प्रनेश जी, जो कुछ भी देश में चल रहा है वो आप देख रहे हैं, लेकिन दुनिया एक ही सवाल कर रही है कि हमारे जो विश्व गुरु थे और तमाम राष्ट्राध्यक्ष यही जानना चाहते हैं कि आखिर कारण क्या था कि वो इजराइल गए और जाते आते ही ईरान पर हमला हो गया और हमारे विश्व गुरु आराम से गुजरात में जाके एक कम से कम 200 करोड़ का रोड शो कर रहे थे. उसके बाद वो चुनाव के दृष्टिकोण से साउथ इंडिया चले गए और सीसीएस की बैठक मुझे जो याद आता है कि जब बहुत ही क्रूशियल टाइम होती है तब सीसीएस की बैठक होती है, लेकिन उसका एजेंडा क्या था वो 24 घंटे हो गए, अभी तक डिक्लेयर नहीं हुआ कि सीसीएस की बैठक क्यों बुलाई गई. बताइए, जिस तरह से पेट्रोलियम की प्राइसेस इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में बढ़ रही है, जिस तरह से हमारे 1 करोड़ के करीब भारतीय गल्फ में है,
बुलाई गई और उसका एजेंडा आपको नहीं बताया, इसीलिए ये लोग Khamenei का पोस्टर लेके प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं. क्या सवाल पूछा मैंने, क्या जवाब दे रहे हैं आप? सैयद असद अब्बास कह रहे हैं कि वो ही इज माई लीडर, उनका कन्विक्शन है, वो ही स्टैंड्स बाय दैट. तौसीफ शाह बोल रहे हैं बुरहान वानी वो सन ऑफ द सॉइल.
करार रहता तो हम आगे बढ़ के पीस प्रोसेस को आगे बढ़ाते, हमारी बात दुनिया सुनती.
Okay.
लेकिन
I have been in a debate where Syed Abbas has said that don't misinterpret the term jihad, it means the internal fight. And today he got so triggered when I said jihadi ecosystem.
Okay, it's
that
okay.
Means Abbas was
This
lying
is not
so
the
far.
last debate that all of you will be on one panel. All of you are good friends also. Off screen, off screen it's okay. Please let's not be intolerant with each other. Syed Asad Abbas, calm down. Okay, we are done. That's all the time we have, viewers. The news hour with Navita Kumar on the other side.